Welcome back to another episode of Current Affairs MCQs. Staying updated with current affairs is essential for success in any competitive exam. Let's discuss today's questions on recent happenings around the world. Consider the following statements. 1. The Representation of the People Act, 1950, primarily deals with the delimitation of constituencies and the allocation of seats to the constituencies. 2. The Representation of the People Act, 1951, lays down the conduct of elections to the Houses of Parliament and the state legislatures, encompassing aspects like the qualification and disqualification of voters and the process of contesting elections. Which of the statements above are correct? A. 1 only, B. 2 only, C. Both 1 and 2, D. Neither 1 nor 2. Answer is option C. Statement 1 is correct. The Representation of the People Act, 1950, focuses on the foundational aspects necessary before an election can be held. Its main provisions concern the delimitation, drawing boundaries, of parliamentary and assembly constituencies across the country and the allocation of the number of seats to each of these constituencies. This act ensures fair representation based on population. Statement 2 is correct. The Representation of the People Act, 1951, is the comprehensive law that governs the actual conduct of elections in India. It details crucial aspects such as voter eligibility and disqualifications, the nomination process, the conduct of polls, counting of votes, and election disputes for both parliamentary and state legislative elections. What is the significance of the instrument of accession signed by Maharaja Hari Singh in 1947 for Jammu and Kashmir? A. It marked the integration of Jammu and Kashmir into Pakistan. B. It allowed Jammu and Kashmir to maintain its sovereignty. C. It gave India control over defense, foreign affairs, finance, and communications. D. It gave the state full autonomy to govern itself. Answer is option C. The instrument of accession signed by Maharaja Hari Singh in 1947 allowed Jammu and Kashmir to join India in specific areas, defense, foreign affairs, finance, and communications, while maintaining autonomy in other matters. It did not result in full integration or sovereignty for Jammu and Kashmir. Its special status was later formalized through Article 370 of the Indian Constitution.